Well, it's after 5:30. We might as well go ahead and get started. I'm sure Ron will be along shortly. I am going to go ahead and call the April 27th, 2021 Royal Oak Charter Review Committee meeting to order. We will go ahead and start with roll call. Just please state your name and the city where you are currently in. I'm Rob Moore. I am in Royal Oak.
Heather Lewis, I'm in Royal Oak.
Charlene Douglas, Royal Oak.
Ryan Everett in Royal Oak.
I don't think Mark does roll call, right?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. All right, should be good on roll call then. Okay, first up on the agenda is public comment. Ms. Schwanger, do we have any public comment this evening?
Rob, we do not.
Oh, okay. Oh, we don't have Carol tonight?
She's in and out tonight.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Well, with no public comment, we will go ahead and move on to approval of the agenda. Do we have discussion or a motion?
I move to approve the agenda for today.
I'll second.
All right, it's moved and supported to approve the agenda for this evening. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of the motion?
You have to do a roll call.
We do have to, okay, that's right. I vote yes. Rob Moore?
Heather Lewis, yes.
Charlene Douglas, yes.
Ryan Everett, yes.
All right, motion approved. We have an agenda. Next up is the approval of the minutes for February and March meetings. Everybody got a copy of the minutes in the email?
Yes.
All right. All right. Do we have a discussion or a motion?
I move to approve the minutes.
Both meetings,
Just 224
February 24th.
at this time. One at a time, maybe.
Yeah, second.
All right, is moved and supported to approve the minutes for the February meeting. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. I vote yes. Rob Moore?
Heather Lewis, yes.
Charlene Douglas, yes.
Ryan Everett, yes.
All right, the February minutes are approved. Do we have a discussion or a motion to approve the March minutes?
I'll do that just for variety's sake.
Okay,
I
do we have
second
support?
that.
All right, it's been moved and supported to approve the minutes for our March meeting. Is there discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. I vote yes. Rob Moore?
Heather Lewis, yes.
Charlene Douglas, yes.
Ryan Everett, yes.
All
Ron
right,
Jordan,
the March minute. Oh, Ron. Oh, hey, Ron, how you doing?
Hey, Ron.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Ron.
All right, now we got everybody. All right, our March minutes are approved. All right, we'll go ahead and get right into the heart of our agenda here, unfinished business. Mark, would you like to lead off on this?
The only thing I have for you is that the previous memorandum that we discussed at the last meeting has been resubmitted to the Attorney's General Office for review, and they're reviewing it. Typically, it takes them maybe about a month. So I expect an answer. We've already had a short discussion over what they thought were typos. Turned out I sent them the wrong version. So they're probably going to give us a response in a week or so, I hope. And then I'll let the committee know right away.
All right, sounds good. And obviously, once we get the decision one way or another from the state AG's office at that point, then it would move on to getting before a city commission meeting for their approval.
Correct.
And does this committee do that? That is, do we have to vote to send it up to the city commission? Or is that implied by the action to send it to the AG for approval?
I wouldn't mind if there was a separate vote by the committee to recommend approval and send it to the city commission.
So that would be at this committee's May meeting, which means it would be on the agenda for city commission. So when's our next meeting? May 18th? Or
25th?
No, you can vote now if simply have a resolution that if the Attorney's General Office approves it, that to have the city attorney's office send it to the city commission. We've done that before. Because you've already approved the resolution.
Right. That sounds like a good compromise to move it along.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
otherwise we won't be on a commission agenda until, Lord. Well, we could, June 6th. And with other possible things on the November ballot, I think we want as much time as possible to discuss this at the commission.
Our usual goal is to try to get it before the commission in May.
Excellent.
yeah, that's been our standard practice. I think if we wait until early June, that might be cutting it a little bit too close to the deadline to get something on a November ballot.
Yeah,
I believe it's what, 9 weeks prior that we have to get approval.
Oh, no.
Mark, Deanna,
I move that we submit as long as there were no substantial changes, we submit the approved documents to the city commission after the attorney general returns them.
I
Okay, do we have
support
support?
that. Second. Yes.
way to cut
Okay.
the chase, Ron, thanks.
Just
Yes.
nice.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate the efficiency. It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion?
Rob, I have a question. Is
Okay.
that gonna be for all 5 of your proposals that you guys have approved language on, or?
Yes,
Okay, yeah, I was just gonna ask the maker of the motion there. Yes, according to the maker, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, unless there's any other discussion, let's go ahead and proceed to vote. I vote yes. Rob Moore,
I vote yes. Heather Lewis.
Carolyn Douglas, yes?
Ron
Brian Everett,
George, yes.
Brian Everett, yes.
all right, we are approved. And I'm assuming everybody saw the email, but just so everyone is aware for the most part, the proposal from the interim city attorney, I believe now former interim city attorney, is that the proposal to have separate language dealing with the Royal Oak Civic Foundation will not be among the ballots, proposed amendments for the ballot.
Let me bring you up to speed on that. That was going to be the second thing. The interim his city attorney is still in place. There are negotiations going on with the incoming candidate. So she's Ann McLaughlin is still working in our office. So we had some more discussions between myself and Ann, taking a look at the language for the Royal Oak Civic Foundation, including its charter and its bylaws. And it specifically lists a state statute that allows for municipalities or sub-governmental units of the state of Michigan to create nonprofit organizations. And since there's a specific statute on point, we think that's fine, and it doesn't need to go to, we don't need to amend the city charter to include the language that's suggested and allowed for in the Home Rule City Act. So just to keep things moving on, because we don't know what's going to happen with this November ballot because of another issue, we're not moving forward on that one. We don't think it's necessary at this time.
All right. Okay.
Well, think of all of the ordinances that we have removed, or items that we have removed from the charter because they are superseded by state law.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mentioned that to Ann. I mean, Ann didn't have the depth of information. So we did talk a little bit about the fact that the Charter Review Committee has been, since I've been here, 21 years, has been trying to weed out charter provisions that rely on, that are unnecessary because of state law preempts them and is likely to preempt them forever.
Right. And one of our primary motives as this committee currently is to actually to streamline the charter and obviously to remove superfluous things in it. And I think we've done a pretty good job these past few years, actually, making it a little more seamless, removing things that don't necessarily need to be there as per state law and whatnot. So, I mean, obviously,
I really like taking out the dollar amounts, the set dollar amounts.
That's critical. Yeah.
I think so. I don't think anybody back in the 50s, when the charter had a major amendment, were thinking about
All right, you two.
inflation.
It's nice to be outside.
There we go.
A question, was the one about the Civic Foundation, is that one of the 5?
I think that was miscounted as one of the 5 because there are only 4 provisions.
Okay,
Okay. All right.
So then we need to amend the previous motion to say 4 instead of 5.
It would hurt.
I would like to amend our previous motion to say 4 instead of 5.
I second that.
Okay, it's been moved and supported to amend the motion to indicate that there are 4 provisions rather than 5. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those are in favor. I, Rob Moore, say yes.
Heather Lewis, yes.
Carolyn Douglas, yes.
Ryan Everett, yes.
Ron George,
Okay.
yes.
All right, the amendment is approved to indicate there are 4 potential ballot items rather than 5. All right. Mark, did you have anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Well, if there's does anyone have any other further unfinished business? All right. If not, moving on to new business. Is there any new business to come before us this evening?
Ron,
Right.
I have a question for you, Mr. Chairman.
What's that?
In the past, we discussed that you yourself or the committee would seek out requests from department heads, city manager, to see if there are any provisions in the charter that the department heads might want to see amended. Is that something that the committee might want to take a look going forward?
I absolutely. I think it's a good policy. I did that previously with previous city managers. I have personally not had an opportunity to reach out to the new city manager, Mr. Brake, but I definitely think that's a good policy to go through him or her and reach out to department heads and see if they have anything they'd like us to take a look at in terms of the charter.
If you need any assistance on that, let me know. I'll take a look to see if there are anything in the past that department heads have suggested. But I think we addressed all of them.
All right. Yeah, and we have had a few amendments in the past that way. So I mean that's definitely a good policy to keep everybody in the loop. I mean, obviously it's a living document. So I mean, obviously, citizens have had issues they've raised, staff has had issues they've raised and whatnot, in addition to the research that we've done. So yeah, it's definitely a good thing to keep doing. One thing too, assuming that the ballots get approved by both the state AG's office and by the commission, we'll have to get into educational outreach at some point, possibly late this spring, early this summer, into the fall. Obviously, it's a little early to determine what, if anything, is going to be on the ballot. But in years past, what we've done is we've kind of correlated with Judy Davids, and she's helped with outreach. Rick Wilson over at WROK has been really good putting together some really good PSAs, and he's done a pretty good job too, because some of the stuff that we've had on there isn't the most exciting in terms of amendments, but he's really good at what he does as far as like really eye-catching like PSAs and whatnot. So he's done a really excellent job there too. So at some point, we may not necessarily have to have a meeting for that. I mean, it could be more of maybe an email discussion as far as that goes. But that's something we're gonna have to think about too in the months to come. So.
So Mark, would you pencil in this discussion on I'm not sure that we'll hear back from the AG by the commission's May 10th meeting. Maybe we want to get this penciled into the commission agenda on the 24th.
I think that fits your schedule considering the amount of lead time that the commission needs or is asked for. I think that makes sense.
Yeah. And Rob, if you could put that in your calendar and be available to comment as well.
Of course, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Does anyone have anything further under new business? All right. We're done. We're done with our completed agenda. Does anyone have anything further?
I'm still having my housewarming party whenever that is.
Let us know. You're not too far from me.
So it depends. It doesn't depend on distance.
Well, social distance anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe I can recruit my neighbors to, have everybody 6 feet apart.
There you go. Have a block party, something in the backyard, something like that. You do it.
This neighborhood does that. Yeah. They close off 9th Street. But I've got nothing else. Just chat.
Okay. All right.
So
Well, there's nothing else. Does anyone have a motion to adjourn?
Well, so are we going to meet in May? Do we need to?
Not for the four resolutions that are up at the AG's office. No.
And if we're going to move forward with the staff query, do we want to wait until we have a new city attorney in place, which God willing, and the creek don't rise, will be mid-June?
I think that's a city commission prerogative.
Well, no, but we as a committee.
Oh,
Maybe it's time for summer vacation. Typically it's what we get in the cycles, right? And we do the query to the staff at the beginning of a cycle, which usually we've done in the fall in the past. I mean, maybe that's where we are. Start a new cycle starting in September or something.
Yeah, I'm comfortable waiting for a little bit until the new city attorney is on board for a little bit. We could wait until like early September, or we could do that sometime this summer. I think it's important more that we actually do the outreach in terms of staff outreach, in terms of when we do it. So, but we'll definitely do that this year. We'll just go ahead and establish a time that works best for everyone as far as that goes. But we can wait on that if needed.
So when do we want to meet next? Is there any reason to meet in May?
I don't think so. I think we've taken care of everything we needed to take care of as far as approvals and discussion, voting and whatnot. Mark, Deanna, I know that you'll keep us in the loop. If anything does come up between now and then, I'm sure you'll let us know, and we could always schedule one if need be. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think we would need to meet in May.
So let me suggest this, and that is that maybe we initiate our query to the staff, to the department heads through the city manager this spring, and give them the summer to chew on it. Do we need to meet to do that, or could we here now ask, Mr. Liss and Mr. Moore to just contact the city manager, put our ask out, and let us know by the 1st of September?
I think that's great. I mean, it would go through the city manager to send out information to the department heads, bring it back to the city manager for his review, and then bring it to us. We could share it with the rest of the committee.
Yeah, that sounds good. Typically what I've done in the past is that, I've usually done it in January, but I will contact the city manager, CC the appropriate parties, send them a copy of the city charter electronically, along with the worksheet that we've had kicking around for the past few years, with a disclaimer that these are just ideas that the committee has discussed in the past that may or may not be brought forward. So, but yeah, I mean, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, quick question. Is there anywhere on the city website that has the most recent version of the charter.
I think it's under, I think it's under the ordinances, if I'm not mistaken. I think if, Mark, you probably know better than I would, but I think if you go under like, what is it, like Code 360 or something like that?
Yeah, it's run by a company called General Code
Oh.
Corporation, and their library is called E360. And the charter is not part of the ordinances. It sits off as a separate link.
Yeah, I just Google every time Royal Oak Charter, and the first thing that comes up for me is City of Royal Oak Charter, E-code 360, and then you click on the charter below.
Yeah, it's a PDF.
It's a PDF, yeah.
Yes.
Ryan, I just emailed it to you.
Okay,
But
thanks.
if you do go on the website, if you look under city ordinances to the left, there's a PDF of the charter that you can click on.
Yeah, I think the most recent one I had is from 2020, so I just wanted to make sure that I.
Yeah, the last time it was amended was 2017.
Oh, okay.
So, and that one, that should be all right if you have that one. But
Got
yeah,
it.
that one, that's good too.
It was
But,
just a stylistic reason why we put it separately from the ordinances. We didn't want it. Some cities included it in the searchable form. We wanted it completely separate. So there was no confusion that this is the charter and those are the ordinances.
Yeah, incidentally, if you ever got some time on your hands, if you go to the city website under the commission meeting minutes, they go all the way up to 1891. So it's some interesting historical reading and kind of see how some of the amendments developed and whatnot. So it's interesting.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Does anyone have anything further?
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, Heather, you had some? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I just said no.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. If we've accomplished all our needed business, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All right. It's moved and supported to adjourn our meeting. Is there any discussion? All right. Seeing none, call for the vote. Aye, Rob Moore, say aye.
Heather Lewis, yes.
Carolyn Douglas, yes.
Ryan Everett, yes.
Ron George, yes.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Mark, Deanna, thank you. Appreciate everything. Okay. Invisible gavels coming down. All right. We are adjourned. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the great weather.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.